Good morning, y'all. And I'm just sitting here looking at the camera before pressing start. Again, trying to figure out what I'm gonna say. But this all started in 2014 when I what was it? It wasn't my divorce. I'm not sure what happened exactly. We moved into this house, and I started reading a lot. I was talking to this guy. That's what it was. And he told me to read books. And it was something in the background of my mind was like, that's good. But make sure you read the Bible too. And so I would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. At the time, I was fighting depression, so I couldn't keep a job. And I would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. It was easy then because I wasn't sleeping is the point of the depression part. I just wasn't sleeping. And read Earl Nightingale, read a lot of classics. I can't think of them right now. And then I would read the Bible, and I would tag people. I was crazy. Like, I wasn't even, like, thinking what would people say and stuff like that. I just would tag people, like, trying to encourage them. Read. Not really having much direction. A lot like how the Most High is. He'll just tell you do something. And he'll tell you what's going to happen at the end. And for me, I'm sorry, I'm a mother, my baby over there, you might have heard her catch a few snores just then, but it's about devotion. It's about, like, starting your day off right. Starting my day off in the scripts has made my life a lot easier, a lot better, a lot clearer. A lot of researchers talk about the first few moments of the day help, like how you spend the first few moments of the day would dictate a lot. It'll dictate a lot about how your day goes. So, and some might be wondering, like, why I'm using these filters. It's not about me. Like, I really wish there was a way I could do this where you couldn't see me at all. You know, that's just a little piece I want to throw in there. It's really not about me. You know, what my hair look like. I got a mohawk. You know what I'm saying? It's about the message. It's really about the message. And so, just really explaining to y'all that I intentionally wake up, say thank you to the Most High for keeping me safe throughout the night, keeping my family safe here and abroad, you know, in their own homes, those that are at work, and my and not just my, you know, blood family, but my spiritual family as well, and those who've passed, I've crossed, that are still with me, even though I don't talk to them every day. So if you're watching this, y'all know who y'all are. And so, you know, waking up, saying thank you, pray, just kind of sit in silence sometimes. Need to journal more, you know, because it'll really, looking back at journal entries to show you where you were and where you're headed. And then crack open the book. And when this first started back then, I need to look at it again. I want to say, back then I wasn't reading the Torah. I wasn't reading Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. I hadn't come into the knowledge of the importance of those first 5 books at that time in 2014. I didn't start reading the Torah, I don't think, until 2017. This is now 2019. And it has evolved to me just being transparent. So, what I want to read, I don't really know. I've got my little sister's Bible here. Hold on, y'all. Excuse me. And, in fact, I'm going to read the Proverbs that she read to my daughter last night. That's what I'm going to read. Proverbs chapter 24. A good friend of mine, a good sister, and Mashiach, she told me that she reads the Proverbs. It's hard to find it in this Bible right now, but it's hard. She reads the Proverbs every day of the month, every year. I mean, you know what I'm saying, every month, all year long. And so I am practicing to instill that habit into my daughter and my sister as well. And my father, he figured out a way to read the Psalms constantly as well. Here it is. All right. But I got to figure that out too. So, Proverbs chapter 24. Be not envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them, for their heart studies destruction, and their lips talk of mischief. Through wisdom is a house blessed. Through wisdom is an house builded, and by understanding it is established. And by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. A wise man is strong, yes, a man of knowledge increase strength. For by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war, and in the multitude of counselors there is safety. Wisdom is too high for a fool. He opens not his mouth in the gate. He that devises to do evil shall be called a mischievous person. The thought of foolishness is sin, and the scorner is an abomination to men. If you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small. If you forbear to deliver them that are drawn into death, and those that are ready to be slain, if you say, behold, we knew it not, does not he that ponders the heart consider it? And he that keeps thy soul, does not he know it? And he should not render to every man according to his works. My son, eat honey, because it is good, and the honeycomb, which is sweet to your taste. So shall the knowledge of wisdom be to your soul. Wisdom is good like honey, y'all. When you have found it, then there shall be a reward, and your expectation shall not be cut off. Lay not wait, O wicked man, against the dwelling of the righteous. Spoil not his resting place. For a just man falls 7 times, and rises up again. But the wicked shall fall into mischief. Rejoice not when your enemy falls, and let not your heart be glad when he stumbles. Lest the Lord, Adonai, sees it, and it displeases him, and he turn away his wrath from him. Fret not yourself because of evil men, neither be you envious at the wicked. For there shall be no reward to the evil man, The candle of the wicked shall be put out. My son, fear thou the Lord Adonai and the King, and meddle not with them that are given to change. For their calamity shall rise suddenly, and who knows the ruin of them both? These things also belong to the wise. Yet it is not good to have respect of persons in judgment. He that says unto the wicked, you are righteous, you are righteous, him shall the people curse, nations shall abhor him. But to them that rebuke him shall be delight, and a good blessing shall come upon them. Every man shall kiss his lips that gives the right answer. Prepare thy works without, and make it fit for thyself. In the field, and afterwards build your house. Be not a witness against your neighbor without cause, and deceive not with your lips. Say not, I will do so to him as he has done to me. That's a pretty clear one. Don't do that one. It says say not, I will do so to him what he has done to me. That's verse 29. It says, I will render to the man according to his work. And that's the Most High speaking. He said, I'm gonna deal with it. And then verse 30, I went by the field of the slothful, and by the vineyard of the man void of understanding. And lo, it was all grown over with thorns, and nettles had covered the face thereof, and the stone wall thereof was broken down. Then I saw and considered it well. I looked upon it and received instruction. He said, yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travails, and thy want as an armed man. May Yahweh add a blessing to his already blessed word. I know, so I'm reading that, right? I'm reading that and I'm like, some of this don't make no sense. So here's what I've learned over the years. Wherever you are at that moment when you're reading it, the conscious mind understands what it understands. The subconscious keeps replaying it. When you read it again, something that you didn't get the first time, you will get the next time. And when you read it again, something that you didn't get the first 2 times, you will get it the 3rd time, and so on and so forth. Whatever you got in your conscious mind at that moment is what you needed for that moment. That was about 30-something verses. At this moment of your life, he's not asking you to know all of them. A lot of people need to know, and I closed it a little bit too fast, just about, the one of not doing back to people what they did to you. And knowing that if you sleep all the doggone time, you're going to be broke. Yeah. Again, everybody know that, but do everybody pay attention to that? Do a lot of people? No, a lot of people don't. And so we have to be reminded of these things. And what happens is, if you want it to, when you laying there pressing snooze, what will happen is that verse of scripture will come back up. And it'll help you to choose. Do I lay in the bed still, or do I get up? Because the Proverbs, which is the book of wisdom, have already told me the more I lay here, my bank account is going to reflect it. So that is some things, again, after having, like I said, that dialogue. I showed y'all a couple of the video from last night, with my cousin, just letting y'all know for me, because that's how I got on the dean's list. that scripture was written on my wallet and a couple other places when I was at Michigan State University. And coming from somebody who barely made it out of high school to being on the dean's list, it works. It got me up, and I studied, and my grades reflected it. So, that's what I got for y'all today. July 25th, 2019. If it don't, I'm sorry. What do I say? It's better to be obedient. That's how I'm gonna say that. It's better to be obedient.